Today is Wednesday, the 17th of August, 2016. Today I finished reading The Color Purple by Alice Walker, and it was great, but I have a bit of a story to tell you about my relationship with this book. This book is important. It's a classic of literature in general, but more specifically, triangular intersection of feminist literature and African American literature and queer literature, which I'm doing with the same hand as feminist literature because I don't have three hands. And as a person who cares a lot about all of those things, it was appalling to me that I had made it almost 20 years without having read this book. I know a lot of people read it a lot younger than me because when I was in high school, one of my friends in high school, it was her favorite book of all time. But here's the thing. It has been a long time since I read a classic outside of an assignment. I've talked about before that I was basically in a 2-year-long reading slump and didn't read anything that was an assignment. And then I sort of got my shit together back in December and in January. The first books that started getting me out of that reading slump were the selection books, which are modern YA novels. And so most of what I read sort of spiraled out from that and were modern YA. And so it's been a really long time since I had read classics without a whole group of people backing me up on interpretation. And I was quite frightened that I was not going to get this book, that I wasn't going to understand what was going on, I wasn't going to pick up on any of the symbolism and layers, and that I was just going to be thoroughly unintellectual and terrible and awful. And so I didn't read it for a really long time. And I had the opportunity to get it. I would get it out of the library, get it at bookstores. And I did not take that opportunity until 3 weeks ago. My darling friend Evie was in town, and she and I went to a used bookstore because that's what we do. And this was on the $1 shelf. This lovely, kind of beat up copy. One of the pages fell out while I was reading it. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna have to tape it back in because it's not the happiest copy of book that anybody's ever read. I read it on the train to work and from work and to work and from work. I started it yesterday morning and I finished it this evening. And let me tell you something, I enjoyed the heck out of it. This is an A+ book. Very upsetting. So go into it with that expectation. Because, it's about a poor, queer, black woman in the South. I think that it's set pre-World War I, immediately pre. So her life is pretty shit. But she finds happiness anyway. Trigger warnings AF for a lot of things. But surprisingly not homophobia. Everybody's very chill about her liking girls. Once she figures out that she does. She doesn't for a long time. There's the expectation that she's gonna marry a man, but she and her husband have affairs with the same lady. But yeah, trigger warnings for about everything else. Child abuse, sexual abuse, domestic abuse, lots of use of the N-word. But then other than that, yeah, it's amazing. I think that I got it. I can't guarantee that I got every bit of complexity out of it that I could have if I had been studying it rather than just reading it on the train. But I got enough out of it to understand what was happening the whole time, to have it make an emotional impact on me, have it make an intellectual impact on me. I'm not really here to talk about the themes. This is not really an analysis of the book. This is more an analysis of my fear and the fact that my fear was unfounded. Because I am in fact a pretty solid reader, and I shouldn't be afraid of literature. That's the moral of this story. If you didn't make a video, maybe I should make you read a classic or a book that you've been avoiding. And then you have to read it and tell us about it. Yeah, you should do that. That's what you should do. I will see you on Saturday. Please actually make a video this week. I miss seeing your face.